Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. Um, Today I'm going to talk about why narcissists do not resolve issues. And this is my name, Tom Ewall, Ewall. You can write this in Google and it'll pull up articles that I've written on Quora. So if you like what you're hearing, I encourage you to do this. Tom Ewall Quora. I'll bring up this link. Click on it. And then when you get to Quora, it'll bring up posts, and there'll be this drop down that has most recent and all-time views. So you want to click on all-time views because these will be the posts that have had the most engagement. And you can see that I have, 7,500 followers about. I've answered thousands of questions. Most of them are on narcissism. A lot of them have lots of upvotes. So you can look through these and hopefully you'll find things that you find helpful if you're liking what you're hearing on the videos. So for this video, I'm going to talk about why narcissists do not resolve issues. Before I start, here is a short description that I'll read. So narcissists, those with narcissistic personality disorder, have core beliefs which include viewing themselves as special or unique, mistreated and misunderstood by others, more entitled than others, and never at fault or to blame for anything. Because the world is constantly bombarding them with evidence to the contrary, they are subject to very high levels of stress due to cognitive dissonance. They have a whole host of defense mechanisms to deal with this. So one of the defense mechanisms that they have is not resolving issues. And why is this a defense mechanism? How does this help them? Well, not resolving issues is a mechanism to maintain control. And narcissists, those with narcissistic personality disorder, have the personality type, the quintessential personality type of an abuser. And abusers crave control. Narcissists want control. Now, narcissists view themselves as victims. So that's an important part of the psychology. And so since they view themselves as victims, they view themselves as having been mistreated and misunderstood by others. And so, and also the exaggerated sense of entitlement. This causes them to perceive a great gulf between that which they have and that which they think they should have. What they think they are entitled to, what they think they deserve, is one thing, and what they actually have is another, which is a lot less. And so there's this great disconnect, and this incentivizes them to want to right in their mind the scales of justice to get that to which they think that they are entitled to. So they are very strongly incentivized to get their own way, to satisfy their needs because of this perceived injustice. So that's their underlying motivation. It's not directed against you primarily, but you're an unfortunate consequence. And so they are incentivized to manipulate you and to control you in order to maintain their worldview, their core beliefs of entitlement and to get what they want. Their motto or slogan, their way of thinking is, I want what I want when I want it. And they are, again, greatly incentivized to meet their own needs because they perceive that they've been unjustly treated and that their needs have not been met. And so they're very strongly incentivized to have their needs met. So these are their top priorities. It's very self-centered. Their priorities are centered on themselves. It's not so much selfishness per se, although selfishness is an outgrowth of that, but it is self-centered. It's centered on themselves, on trying to obtain that which they think that they are entitled to, that which they think that they are deserving of. They want to right this injustice that's against them. And so in their relationships with others, they're incentivized to maintain control for a number of reasons. And one of the reasons is that it reinforces their core beliefs. So they view themselves as being very high in status. There's a phrase that Sam Varkin uses, who, if you're not familiar with him, you can Google him. And I think it's a very apt phrase. He uses the phrase of cosmically important. And so they view themselves as being cosmically important, special, unique. And so in order to maintain this high status, they're incentivized to have control over others. They want to control others to reinforce the image that they have of themselves, their idealized false self, and also their beliefs that they're unique and special and highly entitled. And so by maintaining control, that's a way of their being higher up in status. And so not resolving issues, that is a great way to maintain control. And what you'll find in dealing with narcissists is that if there's some issue that they want resolved, and it can be something really trivial, like they want some address or a phone number or something, and not for something that's important that they have to resolve right now, but it's just because they want it. And so they'll like harangue you every few moments until they get the information that they want. But if you need something, then it can be something, really important information to probate a will or to close a house. They won't cooperate. They won't give you the information that you need. And they'll even not provide necessary information when it's in their own best interest to do so. Even then, they'll drag their feet. And why is that? It's because they are very highly incentivized to maintain control. And so this is one of the aspects that I found of dealing with narcissists to be most distasteful. And this is why I think that, I don't know who came up with this idea, but whoever did, they were on the right track. And that is no contact, that if it's possible. Unfortunately, some situations are such that there's children or there are parents involved and you can't avoid contact. There's strategies involved with that, which I may talk about in a future video. But what I would say would be, like, if you can get out of a situation with a narcissist, which involves having to be in contact with them, my personal experience is that this is worth a great deal of money. And I find that people will overestimate the value of money and underestimate the value of freedom. And the freedom I'm talking about is mental freedom, emotional, spiritual freedom. It's for your mental, spiritual, emotional, physical health, if you can, to live a life that is narcissist free, to surround yourself with people that have your best interests at heart and that will love you and support you and, not be abusing you and trying to control you. Okay, so I'll bring this video to an end and just say that the reason that narcissists, there's actually more reasons than this, but I'll just center on this one reason because this is a really important one, and that narcissists do not want to resolve issues because that's a way that they can maintain control. And this is not a situation that you want to be in. So I thank you for watching.